scene where Kala saved baby Tarzan and being rescued by Saber was all normal. No change whatsoever. I thought this movie was untouched in certain parts. However, when I got to the part where Kerchak and Kala were talking about baby Tarzan, things are starting to get ugly. Kala, I cannot let you put our family in danger, Kerchak said to his maid. It was a scene where Kerchak wants baby Kala to take baby Tarzan back, but Kala refused. Does he look dangerous to you? Kala asked as Kerchak then got ready to get really mad and roared at Kala, making baby Tarzan cry. He was at the stance where he wanted to hit his mate. I was pretty scared. I thought Kerchak was going to abuse his mate, but he didn't. Then he finally gave in. He can stay, Kerchak said to his wife, but that doesn't make him my son. When the scene cuts to Tarzan as a child, he was hanging around Turk, who was an ape friend to him. He dares Tarzan to get the elephant hair, which is where things started to get even more messed up from here on. I was more scared than anything at this point when the elephants were freaking out when they thought that Tarzan was a piranha. Turk and his friend just stared at the scene for a few seconds. As the elephants started to stampede, and surprisingly enough, it was a little graphic though, through this scene where the other gorillas were in the jungle at first. The gorillas didn't know what was happening until the elephants charged through the jungle. Everyone got out of the way just in time. At first, everyone thought that everyone was out of the way of the stampede, but one of the baby gorillas was trampled to death by elephants crushing it. I closed my eyes at this point. I can't have a look at what was bound to happen. I can hear the baby gorillas cry as the elephants were crushing him. Sorry. After the scene was over, Kerchak looked in horror along with the other gorillas at the sight of the dead body of the baby gorilla. I can see that Kerchak was sad but angry at the same time. All the other gorillas mourned over the loss of the dead baby gorilla that didn't have the chance to live a good life. The next scene cuts to Turk and Tantor, who thought Tarzan had died, drowning while being trampled by the elephants when he coughed. He's alive, Turk said while hugging her friend. Tarzan showed Turk that he got the elephant hair. I don't believe it. You got the hair? Turk was surprised that Tarzan did the dare without dying. Tantor was explaining that he has lots of hair when Kerchak's booming voice was heard. What happened? Kerchak said with anger. Kirk and Tantor stepped back as Tarzan walked up slowly to an angry Kerchak. He explained that he was just playing with Turk and his friends. Tarzan then tried to apologize when Kerchak snapped. You killed someone. His voice boomed with rage. But it was an accident, Tarzan replied. He was scared by the fact that Kerchak's yelling and anger really were scaring him. He didn't mean to kill someone, but Kala got to Tarzan's side to defend him from the angry Kerchak. He's only a child, Kala said to Kerchak with Tarzan's defense. That's no excuse, Kala. You can't keep defending him like that, Kerchak growled at his mate. He'll learn. Kala was then cut off by Kerchak's ranting. He will never learn. He can't learn to be one of us, Kerchak snarled. That's because you never give him a chance, Kala replied with her voice now sounding more firm. Give him a chance, Kerchak asked. He didn't care what Kala had to say about Tarzan, only being a kid, even if he is a gorilla. Kala, look at him. He will never be one of us. Kerchak, Kala said to him as Tarzan, who felt hurt by those words Kerchak said about him, made him run off away from his adopted mother and Kerchak. The film went nice and smoothly from the scene showing Tarzan growing up as an adult, and even the song Son of Man, sung by Phil Collins, was in great quality, as I love hearing the songs by him. boar successfully. Tarzan kills the boar to get trust from Kerchak. However, the silverback still didn't trust him. Even if he killed the jaguar that was a threat to his tribe. Then the next scene when Tarzan spots Clayton with Professor Porter and his daughter Jane. That is when everything hit the fan. Jane goes off when a baby baboon stole her sketchbook, so she tries to get it back. But the scene went very different after the line was said by Jane. Come on now, enough with this. I want the paper on the count of 3. 1, 2... Oh, look, bananas! Jane made the baby baboon look as Jane snatched the paper with one of her drawings. She was then greeted by a whole bunch of baboons chasing Jane. Tarzan sees what was going on, so he swings on the vines so he can save her. As he grabs her by the time she was close to the dead end. The baboon chase went on a bit longer than expected. When Tarzan saves Jane from being mauled by the baboons, they started to attack each other. That was creepy. Why would they attack each other when they were supposed to attack Jane? When I don't know it. Well, I don't know so anyway. Tarzan got to a tree where he and Jane would be safe after this chase ended. Tarzan then started to get close to Jane, only curious what Jane is. When he takes her glove off, he soon realized that Jane is a human, and that he would mean he is one too. But Tarzan, who can't speak English, listened to Jane talking. It's very nice. Tarzan repeated what Jane said. She looked surprised when Tarzan talked to her. He stopped Jane from talking and used his ape language that he learned from the gorillas. Tarzan, he said. But at first, Jane didn't quite understand. Tarzan? Tarzan repeated his name again, and soon Jane got the idea. Tarzan is his real name. Oh, I see, Jane replied. Then Tarzan repeated what Jane said. No, I'm Jane. Jane introduced herself to Tarzan. No, I'm Jane, Tarzan replied. Even he only repeated stuff in English, only when Jane spoke to him. No, Jane stopped Tarzan for a minute, so she can show Tarzan the better way to introduce herself to Tarzan. Jane. Tarzan? Jane. Jane replied as Tarzan repeated Jane's name when a gunshot from Clayton echoed through the jungle. Jane then asked Tarzan if he could take her to her camp, which Tarzan agrees. He picks up Jane and swings through the jungle to take her to the camp. After Tarzan's animal friends trash Jane's camp, Tarzan and Jane get to the camp. Jane was in a look of surprise. She saw gorillas. Gorillas! She said in amazement as Tarzan was playing with Turk and talking like a gorilla. He's one of them? Jane was surprised to see that Tarzan was raised by gorillas. When Kerchak showed him, everyone left as soon as Clayton and Professor Porter walked into the camp to see that Jane was unharmed. She went on telling her father and Clayton on how she was chased by baboons and about Tarzan saving her. The next scene cuts to Kerchak warning the tribe about the humans that are strangers to them, but Tarzan argues a bit with Kerchak about the strangers that he met, and that they couldn't hurt them. But Kerchak, being overprotective, looked at Tarzan with a stern look. Protect this family and stay away from them. Tarzan, who felt like he was being treated like some soldiers, didn't want to listen to Kerchak. Even Kala told Tarzan to do it for once. When Tarzan then showed up back at the camp to see Jane the next day, he met her father, Professor Porter, and Clayton, whom they hired for protection. Jane introduced Tarzan to her father and Clayton, which Tarzan said only a few words in English. When Clayton asked Tarzan to take him along with Jane and her father to see the gorillas, Tarzan couldn't speak English, so Jane suggested to teach him their language. As the next scene went on about Tarzan's new friends teaching him the life of what humans do, he learned a lot from Jane and Clayton the most, but mostly Jane. And this is where I will stop for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 of Cream the Rabbit Reads Tarzan 1998 version, written by the Shadow Lioness.